Right then, so Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, the rematch. Talks are on for it to happen. Yeah, let's see it. Let's bloody see this fight happen in 2025. Turk Sheikh wants to make it. That's what he said in an interview with Carl Froch. In some of the fights that Turk Sheikh wants to make in 2025, Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia 2 was mentioned. And this is one of the biggest fights in boxing right now. And the first one was pretty big, but this one's even bigger because there's an even more unpredictability to it. I mean, let's be real. The majority of us going into that first fight thought Devin Haney was going to win. But Ryan Garcia shocked the world. But, he beat the living hell out of Devin Haney in that fight, but he was juiced up. So, there's a score to be settled here between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Let's be real. Literally everyone hates Devin Haney, so they were happy to see Haney, get beat up. And let's be real, it's been proven Garcia was on Osterine. And at the end of the day, that is what it is. Unfortunately, he was juiced up, so the fight's now a no contest. But Devin Haney's made himself very bloody, even more dislikable ever since, because he's been doing lawsuits and all that with Ryan Garcia, trying to, accuse him of battery and stuff like that. I mean, it's all stupid with the lawsuit stuff. Like, just try and get back in there and, and try and deal with him yourself instead of trying to do all these lawsuits. But at least now it looks like we will see the rematch with these guys. And let's be real as well. Literally, every time someone's juiced up in a fight, everyone then goes against them. But with everything that Devin Haney's bloody been doing, Ryan Garcia is going to have most people on the side once again in this fight anyway, because Devin Haney's been accusing Ryan Garcia of battery and all this and doing lawsuits. So, Devin he hasn't got the people on his side whatsoever, even though Garcia was juiced up in the first fight. So, most of us will be rooting for Ryan Garcia again. But yeah, look, this time it looks like the rematch will most likely be happening in Saudi, unless we do see another American event like what Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov was. That might be what we see here for Garcia and Haney. That would be interesting to see. But there is something I have heard about Devin Haney in an interview, and apparently he wants to be out in March. So this kind of makes the fight likely to happen probably in the summer of 2025. And that is when the other USA show was done of 2024 with Terence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. So this one will probably be in the summer, possibly in America. But it could be in Saudi, though. I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't look like Garcia is going to fight before then. Obviously, he was meant to have an exhibition, but got injured, so that one couldn't happen. But yeah, I don't see Ryan Garcia taking a fight before the Devin Haney fight, if I'm being honest. I don't. I think, would it be good for him to? I don't know. But I mean, for Devin Haney, even though, it's been ruled a no contest and all that after the last one, I still feel like, though, and it's clear to see as well, though, the beating that Garcia gave to Devin Haney in the last fight, it's clearly had a mental effect on Devin Haney. And probably will go into a rematch. So I think it's a good idea for Devin Haney to fight in March, to be completely honest. It's a good idea for him to fight in March. Try and, shake a few cobwebs off as well. We would have been out for over a year by the time the summer comes around anyway. So, get out in March, fight someone who we should beat, shake some cobwebs off, get a win. And yeah, I just feel like this year Devin Haney needs to try and be as active as possible as well. But going into a Garcia fight, even though what happened, unless, Devin Haney and Bill Haney are just in complete denial, they're trying to erase the fight from everyone's mind from actually happening. So you never know, that's what they might be doing. They might have just completely forgot about that. But surely, though, really, it's going to still be playing in the back of his mind. And I think having a fight before, must happen for Devin Haney. But yeah, if this fight happens in the summer, it's absolutely huge. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing that can be made right now. And I think it's obvious that there is talks about this fight. I do think it's obvious. Both guys in London. Turki Al-Sheikh is in London. there's got to be talks about it. I'm sure even if there wasn't talks between, Garcia and Haney's teams, I'm sure Turkey Al Sheikh would have had words with Garcia and Devin Haney separately saying, look, we want to make this fight done. And from what we've heard from both guys in interviews, they both want the fight. And I heard Devin Haney say as well, he thinks that this fight should be at a catch weight in the rematch. And I think Garcia said as well, he thinks it should be at a higher weight class. So I'm expecting it to happen at a catch weight. I'm guessing like 143, 145 pounds or something like that. That's probably most likely what I am expecting to happen, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I think I think it's gonna be really interesting when this fight happens. To be fair, I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. Obviously, we know as well they've got history in the amateurs, 3-3 there, and I mean, let's be real. Garcia's got one over Haney, but not in the ideal fashion. But even if Garcia isn't juiced up going to this rematch, I think it's still a competitive fight anyway, to be fair. I think the styles just match very, very well, and it's very interesting in my opinion, and I think a rematch could go either way, definitely. Garcia's definitely got the power over Haney. He's got the accuracy there as well, and he's got the speed. But I think overall, Haney's got the better boxing IQ of the two. And, that showed in that first fight as well. Haney did show in that first fight, he has got better boxing IQ than what Garcia does. But Garcia's got the speed. He's got the timing over Devin Haney, though. And that is what played into effect in that first one, plus Garcia being on Osterine. But, I mean, is what it is. I think this rematch is, again, it's bigger than the first fight. Does it sell? I reckon it could sell quite a lot of. This fight would sell much more pay-per-views than the first one did. This one could break like 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, something like that. I'd be expecting. It's an absolutely huge fight. It could do better than what Garcia versus Tank did. To be fair, I think that this rematch is bigger than Ryan Garcia versus Tank. I really do. I feel like this could probably do more pay-per-view buys than what that did. It's huge. The story is here. And, it's one that has got to happen. And also as well, if this is done in partnership with Turkey Al Sheikh, there's going to be a good undercard to it as well. And that's only going to boost the pay-per-views a bit more. It's only going to boost the attention of the fight even more as well. This could be one of the biggest fights that we've seen in the last decade, if I'm being completely real, pay-per-view wise, especially or just possibly it could be not even just pay-per-view wise, but because of the general story there, it's huge. It must happen anyway, and it's gonna happen this year as well. It's got to. It will haunt Devin Haney for life if this doesn't happen. Garcia also, has something else that has it to prove as well. Because obviously, he apparently was juiced up for it the first fight. Let's see if he can do it without the PEDs. So, both guys have got a big point to prove at the end of the day. Both guys hate each other. It's more personal than it was the first time. Let us bloody see the fight. Anyway, thanks for watching.